whole squad on the mission, you got to listen. We PoPolitickin, it's so dope when it kick in. You can get in where you fit in. We straight PoPolitickin, the whole squad on the mission, you got to listen. You know what this is when we PoPolitickin. My money long like division, I proposition to put a fist in. We straight PoPolitickin. Hey yo, I rise like the sun in the east, running the streets. Same people that was coming in peace, some in the beast on the microphone. It's never a long and hard task. For God, I'm gon' smash they blog and podcast. Introduction to journalism 101 with Pharaoh PoPolitickin, about where I'm from and what I do. What's up? It gotta be good. Interviewing everybody, you know they probably could. Take all the blood, sweat, and tears, working all them years, putting in 10,000 hours. It empowers careers from the baby and Megan Thee Stallion to Yo Gotti. High as a kite, jet life, currency in the party with MC Light. J Prince said I rap a lot. Super Saiyan Black Kakarot with a Macintosh laptop and my Apple Watch, smoking Fraggle Rocks. 4 eyes, got more lines and hooks than a tackle box. What? The whole squad on the mission, you got to listen. We PoPolitickin, it's so dope when it kick in. You can get in where you fit in. We straight PoPolitickin, the whole squad on the mission, you got to listen. You know what this is when we PoPolitickin. My money long like division, I proposition to put a fist in. We straight PoPolitickin.
Shout out my nigga BhramaBull.
There's a vision right from the bull, from the bull.
Hey yo, I seen a lot of pain in my city and in my household. Still not cold-hearted. Those that shit started departed. Have God ordered your sins. No jealousy when friends win. Discuss crime in the Kremlin with gremlins for big diamond emblems. The pistol and blam. Damn, for us life again. Damn, higher than Pan Am. Siblings share the can of spend and I go hand in hand with grams. Most of my mans was raised by their grandparents. Now we make a grand appearance, still a couple grandparents. Show tough love with lyrics, couple lines for my own windy spirit. Every windy day I know she hear it. Life was foul but still smile. My radio spill style, skinny dipping the now. Like now what? Time is money, we won't give a fucking hour up. Life's a gift, not giving hours up. The weatherman say bullish hours and such. Clutch something and smoke stuck in my ways. Pray to God for guidance and finance. I wonder if he hear my cry. Fear shells will hit your ride. Get found on the side of the road like trying to hit your ride. Forget your pride. Survive 9 to 5 or 9 to fly. Mummified. I know black mothers tired. Why is my block like the wire? Cops inquire about your empire. Seen entire team indictment. Got us in a vice grip. Mine's empty like the pipe clip. Out with Pike's pen. And cipher some grim. Break the rim. Can't get rid of him. Whack rappers let everybody speak over them. Like Jamaican rhythms. Claim boss but mentally middleman. My mental been reality. 40 cal make them spill calories. Rap lines I got mouths of these with mouths to feed. With finding things I wish to douse my seeds. No doubt about it. Shout to those that doubted my dreams. Shout out to big homie BhramaBull. Youngest llama pull. Court cases and baby mamas trauma full.
Welcome back to PoPolitickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Make sure you check us out on YouTube, Twitch, Spotify, Apple Music. 1212 place to be with BhramaBull. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Blessed on the Sunday, you know?
Yeah, I think you my first interview after the 50th anniversary of hip-hop. So
I watched it. Did you watch it?
No, I was telling my wife, I ain't trying to be, I might be like just, my opinion might not matter, but to me, I ain't into all that. I think that shit kind of corny. Like I think
I mean, when
it's
did
kind of
they
like a money
decide?
grab, huh?
Yeah, I know. Like all the merch, like the Yankee fucking combo with the fucking 50-year of hip hop, and then it just started. Like they just chose the day, or like.
Yeah, I'm not like this is what I like. I do this shit for real all day, every day. So I don't gotta celebrate nothing. I wake up hip hop like this is me. Like so, I'm like I don't know. It is what it is. But
Hey, let them get their shit off. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it. I mean,
then
it's heavily sponsored,
I
kind of.
guess my thing is too is like I know Nas doing one, but like okay, so how y'all picking who gonna be doing what? You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. Like who is who to even on I don't know if you saw the BT award when they
Yeah, I
were
did.
doing it, but like who is you to pick who's supposed to be what? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody got different people in hip hop that's special to them. You know what I'm saying? Like who I think is should be on the concert is different than somebody else. So how are they deciding all that stuff? You know what I'm saying? It's almost like each region should have a 50th anniversary or
That's
something.
what I'm saying. Like, where's 3 6 Mafia and shit? Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe. Like, well, I don't know. And I just let them get their shit off. I guess it was a good start. You know what I'm saying? And like, maybe you do a regional. But hey, I'm gonna let hip hop finesse the game if they got
Yeah,
it.
I just hope it don't really. I'm like, man, I hope this don't. Now it's kind of reminding me, like, man, this kind of. I hope it don't turn to no verses. Because I mean, I guess verses was cool to me, but then at the end they just end up selling it. So it's like, I hope this ain't nothing like they trying to do these tools to build their shit up. Then all of a sudden
Versus was a wave for a second, then it disappeared, huh?
they sold it. They sold it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was actually reading an article, and like I guess he just knew it wasn't gonna really last, so they had to he had to get his money, which is smart. But yeah, but I was gonna say, man. So the first thing when I hear your name, I don't know if it's on purpose. BhramaBull, I hear it rock. Is that on purpose?
Nah. I mean, everyone when I first had it was like, "Yo, that's The Rock," or like, The Rock is one of the biggest superstars in wrestling history. You know, what I mean, there was a point where he was all they had. You know what I'm saying?
He
Like,
covered it up.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You
He
know,
covered
so
up the tattoo, so he ain't the BhramaBull no more. He covered it up.
yeah, yeah. And there was another guy that was Brahma Bull, like a country kind of rapper dude. And I had to like he had more shit on the internet than me. Like he was killing me off, mad albums, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get him up out of there. You know what I'm saying? With like spelling it different and just flooding the game and like pushing him out because he had quit the game. But that's cool. You know, I'll take that little like hashtag kind of in that realm. But it really comes from like a football player that like had like 300 yards in one game, and they couldn't stop him. He was a running back,
Who?
and
A real football player?
yeah, real football player. It was like in the 50s. Like I got the sound effect from like NFL films. You know what I'm saying? Like the classic like voice of John Facenda, those classic like gladiator warrior kind of like videos. You know what I'm saying? And they said Brahma Bull on there. And I just feel like the history of getting your drop, you don't get it made, you take it from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like almost like the Jamie Foxx and the Pierre Bourne kind of sound effect. That's how I wanted to get my name. And it's from an old video. I can't really find it, black and white type shit. And you know, I took it from there. Like I'm running through the line because you know, football is kind of like some warrior shit. You know what I'm saying? Gladiator type shit. And I thought it was tough. So I don't know how I found it. I think I downloaded it off of LimeWire back in the day.
Hmm.
And
You
took
had it for a long time.
it.
Now I see you from Philly.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, but I know I met you. I met you a few years ago. I met you in San Diego. So how you come from Philly to California?
Well, I was in Philadelphia for a long part, like childhood into like teenage. You know what I'm saying? It was getting a little hot. We went to the Poconos. That's kind of like the suburbs of Philadelphia. But all our family lived there, so we commuted back and forth. So then I went to school in Los Angeles on like engineering school before like you could learn everything off the internet. You know what I'm saying? And then I came back to San Diego with my wife, and started over, started to push there. I really, in Philadelphia, like that was kind of like a transitional point for me. I was still learning, still building, I was broke. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't get no money. It was a transitional time in the industry. Like there was no Instagram, there was only Spotify. They were still judging on how to do the streaming and stuff. It was just a transitional time for the whole industry because I do like promotions and stuff, mixtapes and stuff. So I was like, yo, let me try to go over to the West Coast and try to get some stuff cracking. I had done a lot of internships in New York, Philadelphia, in the tri-state area. And it was just like I was learning, grinding, hustling. And I'm like, yo, let me see what the West got, And I like the weather. I hate snow. I don't hate snow. But the way I was brought up, snow was like an issue. Ice and weather was an issue. And I just tried another coast, Where did we meet at?
We met at Chewy's thing, and they got a fight. It was a fight. It was like Chewy performing, but he was performing at a strip club, and then they got the fighting up in there. Everybody left out.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro, that was crazy. I promoted that event like with my homie and shit. There was a massive fight, kind of, right?
Yeah. Then my boy got so mad at me because my boy was on. He had just got out of jail and shit, so I didn't know it was gonna be a strip club. I just knew Chu was performing. So the first thing we did there is a strip club, and then he was like, "Damn, a fight started happening." So he's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And I'm just like watching because I'm in awe, but I never really like even like been in a fight like that. So I'm just like just watching. I ain't even moving. I'm just looking around watching the fight. And he's like, "Bring your ass up."
That party was ghetto as fuck.
Yeah, to me that shit was I don't remember how long it was, but I just remember that was some hate shit. Cause I remember all the San Diego rappers performed.
Yeah.
Wait till Chewy got on, then they started fighting. So I was like, oh, they did that shit on purpose.
Yeah, I know, because I think he's got traction, a lot more traction,
Right.
I got a song with Chewy. Like, I engineered with him in that plaza in Mission Valley or something, and the dude is sick. Like, so we tried to make a show, and it was some hating shit. I could say that because, and I felt kind of weird. Like, yo, I booked him, and then niggas hate on him. Like, it made me look kind of weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had interviewed his boy a little while ago, Triz.
Triz is super dope. Yeah.
Yeah, he dope too. So I guess just let us know more about your background and how you got involved with hip hop.
Oh man, my background, it was just I was kind of born into like to this. I mean, I have some relatives that were in the industry, and street team guys were in my family, kind of, and I would get records. When it was hard to get them, I would get them for free and kind of listen to different type of artists. And it was like a Camp Low thing. It was a Cypress Hill. I would get these CDs. I didn't know who they were. You know what I'm saying? Dell and the Funky Homo Sapiens. And, and I always had like vinyl in my house. Like my dad was a promo guy. So, running with the labels, he would get the records. I had collectors in my family. And it was like, yo, what is this? Who is Roy Ayers? Like, what is this record? Little keyboards were in the house type shit. And, it just progressed into like getting a CD player. I had a tape deck for a while, got tapes, and it was just always there. I always really liked it. And I DJ'd for a long time too. That's how it really started.
What's your DJ name?
BhramaBull.
DJ you always kept that name?
Yeah, I kept it because, I knew I wasn't going like, stop. Why would I switch? You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm trying to build up, a career, and I didn't think of anything else, so I just ran, I DJ'd a lot. did some college parties up in the Poconos. I was a ghost DJ for a second too.
Ooh.
For like a casino. Like basically,
Oh.
I was back there and I would give the dude the CDs with like sexy back and like, you know what I'm saying? And he would be like, you know, and I got paid $250 a time.
So you just gave him a mixtape?
No, I would make the CDs, right? With all the hitters on it. He ain't never heard of Timberland or nothing, like all the hot shit, right? And he would play like the regular jams. Like if you DJ at a casino, they want to hear like wedding type shit.
Right.
You know, so towards the end, I would do the Bambata, give them the CD number 5. You know what I'm saying? And not that one yet, build up to that. You know what I'm saying? And then hit them with the hit, you know, and then he would give me like the last hour to do my thing, you know what I'm saying? And I also went into the battle world a little bit too. I never won a battle. I came in second like a couple times. Like,
well, keep it 100. What was your record?
wait, the record that I did the battle?
Oh, you said your battle record. What was your battle record?
Oh no, like I basically set up a whole like presentation. So it would be like a quote from a record. Then I would go into a song. Then I would like do some skills on this side. Then like you had to put little stickers on the record so you would know where shit was at. And right on that groove, and then you set that up. Almost like a DMC battle type shit.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like you was a battle rapper.
Oh, fuck no. See, I knew I did not want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I would fuck around, but then it's just like I was better at beats than rapping. Like I didn't want to live that whole shit out, you know. But yeah, I did some battle rapping. I did the Fat Beats battle. I did the Guitar Center battle. You know, I was taking L's. I did beat battles too. I would go.
So you talking about? I just want to make sure I know you talking about. So you talking about DJ battles?
DJ battles where you like the whole thing, see how fast
y'all playing each other, like competing.
Yeah, like bringing them back and like doing a spin. I did the behind the back at a battle. You know what I'm saying? I looked up to Rock Raider, Qbert. Like I went through all these like things. I did beat battles with the
one of my boys went to it's like a DJ academy out here. You probably know about it because you just mentioned the dude's name, Qbert.
Qbert, yeah.
But he went to his DJ academy. I was like, man, you know they had DJ academies and DJ schools and stuff. Like, wow, okay.
Yeah, that's a real thing, and you can be nice with it right there. And people don't.
I want to say, I think he's a DJ Scratch.
DJ Scratch, yeah, he's a legend out here, DJ Scratch. And you know, I went through the DJ progression because I was trying to follow in the footsteps of like Premier, Pete Rock, and they usually evolve into producers. You know, they figure it out.
Why you think is that? Do you think? I mean, because I was thinking just because they probably just listen to so much music, just the next step. Like, what do you think? Why do you think like a lot of DJs go into producing?
I mean, I feel like they practice and they hear the track and they know the sample and like they can figure out like where the sounds are placed. And they were probably like, I could do that shit too. You know what I'm saying? And why am I spinning? Because there's a promotion thing that clicks. Like, why am I putting all these other niggas on the CD? You know what I'm saying? And I could mix mine in with it, you know? I think, and it's a progression thing, I feel like you want to eventually go over there. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't made a beat and I know this producer dude. And if I choose to move over there, you know, I can get it cracking and make my own sound too, you know? So
how long you been making beats?
Over like 10 years. 10 years. I went through the whack ass beat phase. I went through the non-mixing my beat phase. I went through the too many sounds phase. I went through the no low end in my beat phase. I went through the bad equipment. I can't even tell if it's hot or not phase. And then I switched up. I've been through like 3 beat machines. I had the XL MPC, then I had the 4000 MPC, then I had the Machine Micro. and now I'm using a regular machine. So yeah, over 10 years.
So
I'm
that's
in the realm.
on your new project, the one I just listened to, Evolution 4.
Yeah.
Is that you made all those beats?
Yeah, I made all the beats. Yeah.
That shit sound like, I ain't gonna lie, that shit was reminding me of like Mad Lib and Alchemist. Like it was up there with that. Like that shit was like Harry Fry, like all the underground, like the tight underground producers. It had that feel to it. I was like, hey, he's making it like that shit's tight. I don't know. Sometimes I was like, wow.
Yeah, well, I've been
I was like,
looking
that's the
up to
heat, huh?
those guys for a second. Like, I had tried to do different types of beats, just like experimenting and fucking around. But it always brought me back to that sound because I know that's what I like. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as I started to like target that and just stay in the lane instead of like chasing like mumble rap beats or like, Lil Wayne beats, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was just like practice before, but I kind of honed in on that lately in the past few years. It really like I tried to perfect that. And I got Mad Alchemist Records, man. I've been collecting his stuff for long before he was, right now he's at the top of the game in the genre, but it was when he was working with IM3 and Big Noid and freaking other artists. I really looked up to him and Madlib. Like I discovered him a while ago too. So, those are some of my inspirations. So I'm glad you said it kind of sounds like that.
Yeah, I didn't hear like it wasn't no skips either. Like I said, all of it was sounding good, man. I was like, okay, like that's what's up. I really
Thanks.
like it. I like the so you weren't rapping at all. I don't think you was rapping on that.
No.
Yeah, but I like all the guests, the people you had on the beats. Everything was sounding good. Like I said, it was giving me that Freddie Gibbs Mad Lib feel, and then like I said, academics. I was liking it, man. I was like, all right.
Good looking, man. And I'll rap just to start like a session, like, okay, I'm playing a beat in the studio and they know I can't rap. You know what I'm saying? I'll say some shit and then it'll start like the cipher. Sometimes I do that just to fuck around in the studio.
Nah, I see the records in the background, man. I guess the Nas one is your favorite because that's the only one you got showing.
Well, I got a couple others. I got the Mob Deep murder music right there. I bought that when it was like $2.
Oh, that might be because this little thing in the way I can't see that one.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm like,
Okay, I see it. I see it now. I see it now.
Yeah, I mean, I had the freaking New Jack City soundtrack up there, but then I'm doing interviews and I want niggas to steal my samples.
Right. How many records you think you have right now?
There's probably like 5K right here, probably like 5,000, because each bin got like 300, right? So no, each bin is probably like 100. So shit, it's probably like 5K. I got some more over here, and I got some in storage on the East Coast, and I'm trying to get quality ones instead of like a gang of records when I get them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm running out of space, so I love having them. They're just like pieces of history.
Yeah, my granddaddy has some records, but they won't let me get them because my uncle getting them. But I ain't tell him what's in there because he was on all the 70s and 60s soul music. So I want that. I want that so bad, but I don't think he can get it.
I know, and digging is like a lifelong thing, kind of. I'm still learning what's hot, what's valuable, what's classic, and what's timeless. And I'm still learning. I went through the whole, Amoeba, little record stores, dollar records. It's a lifelong thing to learn the value of these records, and it's so much fun. I fuck with it.
Mm. So how would you? We was kind of talking about it, but how would you describe your sound to people?
I just say kind of like an underground kind of the roots of hip hop kind of sound. I've said boom bap to people, but that's starting to curve its own lane right now. I just say kind of an underground hip hop sound, essence kind of hip hop. I usually say like underground hip hop is.
But I guess even like So, because I don't know. I guess it's like, so what do you mean? Because it can be like, I think people can like misconstrue underground. So, what is your definition of underground?
Radio, kind of, from the roots of hip hop, wherever the roots is called, like more sample based hip hop. So it's going to have a sample in it, or it's going to have like white noise from a record on there, or it's not going to sound like you got the sounds off a splice. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to sound ice spicy. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to sound like it's going to have a essence and an older feel to the sound of the music as it being underground. And there's going to be real rapping on it. Ain't no auto tune. You're not going to hear auto tune on it. And there's going to be some kind of message and real rapping on it. So expect some, Benny the Butcher type, real kind of hip hop sounding message on there. Opposite of the fucking radio.
Yeah, because I think a lot of new rappers, they try to label themselves as underground, but to me, they're really just amateurs. Like, no, you're not underground. Your shit just ain't sounding right. Like, don't put that with underground. You know what I'm saying? Like, they try to put that shit don't sounding good, and they're like, I'm an underground rapper. Like, no, like, I don't think that's what underground is supposed to. That's what I'm saying. I think they kind of messing it up a little, messing up the name of underground a little bit.
You're going to have bars. Like, it's more verbal, like bars in a cipher kind of rapping, you can see what they're rapping about. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna paint kind of like a comparative picture. Like, yo, my jewels is like glowing like, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna try to paint that picture of kind of a inner city kind of feel.
And I guess who would be who are some of your favorite underground rappers?
Conway, I like the whole BSF team. I like what they put out every time. They don't really let me down with their sound. The Soul Assassins, they got a different kind of sound. Like, I like it when you could hear a song, not know who it is, but you know what crew got that, Soul Assassins, they got a little slower kind of sound, kind of real cinematic. I like, West Side Gun and all the people over there. They got a different kind of no drum kind of sound. There's a sound coming out of Virginia with like Monday Night and Fly Anakin and his whole crew down there. It's kind of a no drum kind of soul sample thing going on. I like that. So I like BSF's music. I like them. I like the Soul Assassins crew over there. I'm digging the Virginia Beach kind of sound, which is new. I just discovered kind of their sound down there. That's dope. And I really like that Essence kind of New York sounding, kind of like Nems, Dave East kind of sounding. They're all different in their own pocket. So it goes back to like Jadakiss, kind of like Vinny Idol type beats. So there's like different genres in the underground that I'm really liking. And there's a West Coast sound out here that kind of is a hybrid of everything. So I like Benny the Butcher. I like Conway. I like Rome Streets. I like Boldy James is doing really well. I still listen to like Currency. He's really doing well. And I listen to my radio on my freaking Spotify, and it kind of introduced me to some shit. There's this new guy named Water that I'm really liking. Rim, Ty Ferris. There's like this ecosystem of underground guys that like that's all I'm really listening to right now. And yeah, those are some people that I'm listening to right now.
You ever listen to RJ Payne?
Yeah. I really like the way he markets and his bars, and he's like relentless on his promo. He is actually on my list of people that I'm trying to work with. I'm going to the studio tonight to like send out beats. He's on my list. I like Ransom. There's this guy named Ito that's doing really
Yeah, I had
like,
Ito on the podcast.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, you can holler at him. Yeah, I used to do mixtapes with we used to do mixtapes with RJ Payne like in 2008. He wasn't going by that. He changed the name like 2-3 times, and like I said, he finally got it. But man, he been rapping for a long time.
I
That's
know.
why I'm happy he finally made it. Cause like this dude's been doing it for a minute. Like I done seen him do like I said, 2008. You see people quit. Like you know what I'm saying. Like a lot of people don't even stay around 15 years if you ain't really making it. And like I said, he stayed to it, and finally he getting some success off of it. Like I said, shit, I guess it's worth it if you stay at something for 15 years. Then all of a sudden Eminem shot you out. I guess it's worth it, huh?
Yeah, because like by that time, the fake niggas is going to like fizzle away. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to keep this as like a lifestyle. Like I didn't, mediocre means you peaked in the middle. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lifestyle type thing. And you could tell by the way he's been consistently how I discovered him. You supported him in the beginning. Now you're saying his name in a bigger light. He's on. Like I feel like he's either gonna go to like Shady Records or like Griselda or something, or just keep his own thing. But the quitters, and I know people go in waves. Like you may not release in like 6-7 months, but you come back. Like the quitters will fizzle themselves out. You know what I'm saying? And you just stay persistent, and then it's in you. Like you're built for this. So he's definitely built for it if it's been since '08. I remember that. I got beats. My beats were trash in '08.
Yeah. And what do you want the people to know about you?
Just I chose this year to really go in. This year I locked down a single every month. So that's what I did this year. I did a single every month for 7 months, and then I had the album on the following month. And I told myself I was going to work with as many people as I could as this year. Like, I got a lot of people got my records right now, and it's really not about anything but like promoting myself. I told myself if I drop 7 singles, I'm gonna get like a new DJ to fuck with me every time, And I did that for the first 7 months. So I just want people to know that, like, I'm here. I feel like this is just the beginning of, I never got interviews this much in this year ever in my life. You know what I'm saying? I had a few last year, but now I'm getting a lot more requests. So, it may be a slow up, but I'm built for this forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not giving up. Every new single just feels like fresh and new in the beginning. And, just tap in, and I'm going to try to get on socials a little bit more and like give the people some of my personality a little bit more. But, people need to know that this is just my start, and like dig into the old shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll see I've been doing this,
Okay. I was gonna say, I guess just let us know about. You can talk about your current project, then talk about your discography song.
Okay. This new project is the 4th record of the Evolution series, and I felt like I had to do like one of those like to number 6 type shits, like Evolution 1, 2, 3,
Part of 6.
yeah, like Carter did that, I like that. Meek Mills did like, was it Flames 4 or something. I just wanted to have like a gang of numbers on my shit, like. And and straight up, like
it's funny though, because like Jay Hood doing the same thing. He got like Pesci 4, so I know exactly what you're talking about. That's why
because I came from mixtapes, bro. You did mixtapes too, like I did mad podcasts. You know what I'm saying? I like having like.
I remember it was somebody, man. I want to say like it was like DJ Whiteout or somebody like that. But he went all the way to like 187. I was like, God damn.
I know. DJ Whiteout.
I was like, God damn, you were like 187? Like, shit. Go to a new series, bro. Why you do this series? 187. I'm like, shit.
Bro, so I feel that same way. Like DJ Whiteout, like You know those niggas that release every month with like the newest shit that's #1 and all that shit. There's a, so I took that culture because I released maybe like 60 mixtapes, 70.
Yeah, okay.
If you go in there, I was DJ Skinamax. That was the R&B shit. Like, and I had like "Don't Like" by Chief Keef first. So if you go to fucking SoundCloud, that shit got like 20 million on it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
How you get it first?
I just got it first off the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen the video, and it was at 8K. It was almost like a Bobby Smurder throw your hat shit. I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy, nigga. Like, I know this shit gonna go. Cause you know when you do a mixtape, you're trying to catch that song kind of first and mark it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my whole wave. I put it first and it went crazy. The quality was terrible, but that shit got like 50 million on SoundCloud. So that's one of my success joints. So it was DJ Skinamax. I had for the R&B shit. I had Mad Drake.
I remember that name. That's what, that when you said that. I remember that. I remember you now. I remember that name.
Yeah, DJ Skinamax.
I like R&B. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and then I had the Watermark series. The Watermark. Big shout to my boy Gio. We was trying to get that shit going for a really long time, and we did like 50 watermarks. So we did. We was dropping MF Doom, all the Max B's. We had the battle shit on there. But then the DM, the copyright shit was coming down on the mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? And we couldn't upload them, and they would take them down. Then our exclusive wasn't exclusive, so we was fighting against that in the Dat Piff days. So yeah, I got the 4th edition of that. It comes from my mixtape kind of heritage thing. And
it's gone now.
It's gone now, yeah.
Yeah, they put a lot of stuff on archive.org, but I don't think they put everything. I was looking for a lot of my old stuff, and I ain't see it.
Yeah,
I think they just kind of put like the bigger artists left the bigger artist stuff on archives.
Well, mixtapes were so big, they had to try to like get some revenue off of wherever the song was at. So either they take it down, so you had to go somewhere else to where their revenue is collected. So I get it. I had the Drake, like the day the Drake came out, I had that #1. I would have the mixtape ready. And the day the Drake came out, I would put #1 on the tape, then drop it.
Which Drake?
Drake, I had where he was wearing like a brown suit or some shit with the part.
The comeback, his first one?
His first one. I had Drake mad.
When he was rapping like he thought he was Kanye West. I was listening to the other day, I was like, damn, he was rapping like Kanye West. The comeback is something like this. Comeback season.
Ninth Wonder shit. Yeah, he was
comeback season.
Shit. I had all that shit.
So what made you think Drake was gonna be big?
You could just tell, nigga. You could just tell. Like he was using like the 50 Cent method. You know what I'm saying? Like that method always works. And
jump on everything.
Yeah. And then he was jumping on tracks with like BoomBap niggas, Ninth Wonder beats. But he was like relentless in his grind. He wouldn't just stay in one lane, like, and he was hella light skinned.
The same thing he's doing now. The same thing he's doing now.
Same thing he's doing now. It worked, like, and it made me know, like, I made a whole series to put like R&B niggas on the Skinamax on it. Like Nicki Minaj was hot, and you could just just like Chief Keef, like like the Bobby Smurder, like you see it catching a little bit. And why am I watching this video like 50 times? You know what I'm saying? Like, look at this nigga in the back. Like, you could tell, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got mixtape kind of golden ears, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could know when a track, or it was like a Kendrick Lamar shit, like when that fucking Section 80 came out, like, this nigga's different. Like,
and what did you think when you heard 6ix9ine for the first time?
I knew it was gonna go up. Like, I put him on my radio show, like the Gummo shit. It was gimmicky and I knew it was going to go, but then he turned into like a super clown, you know what I'm saying? And I never really put that out. And I had the XX Tassion first on my radio show. I had Pop Smoke shit first because niggas was like, yo, he kind of sounds like 50 Cent. Then I started asking like bitches like, yo, why you like this track? You know what I'm saying? Big shout to the Culture Plug put me on to that. Because I had like another person sending me like the hot New York tracks, and he's like, yo, this nigga Pop Smoke about to be on. And I'm like, yo, I trust you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm gonna do Welcome to the Party. You know, there's some people that like, even if I don't hear it, I trust them on their shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you say like, yo, this dude rapping crazy, you know, you should work with him. I'm like, all right, you put in enough work that I trust it, even if I don't even fucking hear it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, Pop Smoke, he's the hottest nigga. And then all of a sudden he just took off. So it was fun, like getting those brand new songs and co-signing those artists. Then I was like, yo, why not putting my shit on? Like, I used to put like one of my tracks as the #1 and then like all the hot shit under it because I felt like niggas was going to listen to #1 first, you know what I'm saying? And then go through the rest. And that was my tactic for a long time, but it didn't really work, you know what I'm saying? There was no Spotify. I couldn't release it. You had to put it on SoundCloud, but you wasn't getting paid. Not everybody's on SoundCloud. It was just a weird time to try to promote your shit. You know what I'm saying? If you were a producer. And I was thinking that was the way because niggas wanted that Piff was popping and all that. So it's all evolution to like right now. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like it's 4 right now. I might switch up the series. I might not, but I already got other tracks from other niggas. Like, I'm ready to release this instrumental tape. Like, I'm 2 albums ahead. Like, I'm working on the album with Know It All. I'm working on the album with Jay Hayes. I'm working on the album with Guilty Simpson. So I think I'm not going to release no more singles this year. I'll probably just do like 5-song projects, 6-song EPs, and just run it up.
Yeah, that No Jumper song you got with Jay Hayes, it kind of remind me of Mace.
Yeah, he's
he got that like, tell me what you want from me. He kind of got that little vibe.
Exactly, because he's targeting like bitches. He feels like BoomBap don't have enough bitches targeting. Like, we'll be talking like, why these niggas ain't got no bitches in the video? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, women, like,
there's a lot of women that like BoomBap. I don't know if they know that.
That's what I'm saying. Why do they got no girls? You know what I'm saying? We talk about that in the studio. And I'm like, okay, we'll get a couple.
I had a dude I was trying to like, I wasn't managing, but I was trying to help him out. And he rapped like BoomBap basically. And I was like, dude, make some songs for the girls sometimes. Oh, I ain't doing that, blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, like you can like that shit is like you gotta expand, like look at Drake, look at Ja Rule, look at 50, look at like it's proven that it works. Like you can't just rap to the dudes all the time. Women buy records too. Women probably buy more records than the guys.
Exactly. And that's why I try to keep like most of my songs like up tempo, you know, like not to because yo, I watch these shows like yourself and these interviews like yourself, and they say BoomBap is like scare the bitches music.
Oh.
And it was like, I don't want to. That's why I did the song with Cy Moscow, because his previous songs, he had girls in the video, and he's like one of them player types. You know what I'm saying? And that song, I took it to the radio. I sent it to DigiWax. I did the call. They said, yo, you got one on your hands. And I try to keep everything up tempo, because if it gets too slow, like I'll be listening to some of this BoomBap and I'll be going to sleep, bro. Like, I can't play this for my chick in the car, like my wife in the car. You know what I'm saying? I can't. And if like there's mad bitches in the studio or something, I can't play nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but it is a culture thing. Like, I get it, but you can make it a little faster so they got a chance to like, the one girl that's super drunk may twerk. You know what I'm saying? You know, like she may drink more at the club, you know, or you can't get this shit played in no kind of strip clubs. I can't take it to like the radio. I needed a couple of them joints that maybe it'll fit. You know what I'm saying? So bringing it back to Jay Hayes, he's with that. Like, you can hear his song is targeting like those women that really are with the sound, They just need something like a little fresher and like smooth.
Something for them.
Something for them. So that's why I don't really make like if the tempo goes too slow, like I'm not sipping lean, you know what I'm saying? I don't smoke weed, and like I gotta make it a little higher tempo. So yeah, that's a good. Jay Hayes is on that same shit. Like this album coming is gonna have some up tempo and women targeted. And he made sure we had a chick in the video. We did the video for it. She's in all the damn Blueface videos, all the videos. So she helped us get some recognition with that music video, you know?
So what's up? And then what do you like to do outside of making music?
Yo, I'm on this pinball wave. Like, you can ask my
Pinball.
brother. Yeah, I know, right? Yo,
You talk about like the pinball?
Yes. Like,
Okay.
I'm on this shit. Like, yo, my brother, we out here. He just moved out here. I'll be trying to go to play the pinball, bro. And it's like,
Play them so long. That you took me back when you said pinball.
yeah, but like as soon as you learn how to play them, like I just thought you just like, oh, you trying to not get it to go down. You know what I'm saying? But there's ways you gotta play it to achieve different goals. It's nuts, bro. Like soon as you learn how to play a pinball machine, that shit is addictive. Like that's my number one addiction right now, as far as like, you know, I dig on the weekends and shit because I used to dig 24/7, everything music, make beats all fucking day, like stay up late. You know what I'm saying? I used
You gotta live life a little bit.
live life a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Especially if you making music, like you kind of tell. Like to me, I think it's good. Like if I'm listening to an artist and then they take a little break, but when I come back, I hear what they was doing and what they learned in their music. I respect it. Okay, I see you had to live it so you can enhance your music and just be a bad person. But if you just constantly stuck in that race and just doing that, I think your music kind of reflects that.
Correct. And you could build a sound, but you can move a little to the side, a little with some experimental shit type. You know what I'm saying? So it was from me like not previously. I didn't have a lot of ways to get my shit out. You know what I'm saying? So it was more like a practicing getting better kind of thing, of like figuring this out. But now I think I've gotten to a place, I'm doing an interview with you, that I like my sound is all right. You know what I'm saying? So now I gotta get inspiration from other shit to come back and be fresh with it. You know what I'm saying? And do my thing, but like get newer sounds, switch it up, experiment, still keep it simple, subtract instead of add, you know? And I'm just like just analyzing other music a little bit more. But the pinball is one of my shits. I'm trying to play video games a little more. I watch a lot of old movies, you know, horror films. Like, you ever seen The Toxic Avenger?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was corny. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, they bullied that nigga into making him jump out the window into the slime, bro. How can you bully somebody that much, bro? Like, they bullied that nigga, but he came back with a vengeance. So there's like a little horror thing that I've been, a horror kick, like with the old school, like pieces of, they build the gore, you know what I'm saying? There's a whole little cult, like, niche right there. Toxic Avengers, the Reanimator, where the nigga can take the needle and put it in something else and it creates something else. There's a whole little subgenre of like cult horror movies that I've been watching. Blaxploitation movies, but not like, you know, Dolomite. Yeah, everybody's fucking heard of that. But there was so much more other movies that were made just for black people, like when they couldn't get in the game. You know what I'm saying? And positive joints, like detective joints, like, you know, pimping joints. You know, of course, you know about the ones that everybody, Superfly and shit like that. You know, but there's other ones on a more of an under level, like Black Caesar, Fred Williamson. So I'm getting into, it's almost like digging on movies. You know what I'm saying? Found different ways to like discover. With pinball, that's an 80s thing, 90s thing. You know, the cult movies, though, that's digging too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just find different places to dig to see where things came from to where they are now. That's it, man.
You see,
Right
I
now.
had went to a players ball at in San Diego, and they had recorded that shit. It's on Tubi right now. I think it's called like "Welcome to Pimpsville, USA." Yeah, that shit was hard. It had some people like everybody was there. Like, but I went the wrong day, man. Well, actually, the dude that like I was with my homie Ro, but the Ro was cool with Silky Slim, and he ended up being the player of the year. So we was with him the whole time, and he ended
That
up.
sounded like a movie. Like,
Yeah,
what's
bro. Like,
crazy?
but I'm saying we didn't even know that. Like at first, we just he invited us, but my boy was recording. I'm just there really. We just chilling with him the whole time, and then they announced like all the old pimps, like Bishop Major Done one, Kenny Red, like all of them come through. And then I think Afro Man was there, but they announced they got him giving him a big ass. No, I was like, oh shit, I ain't know he was gonna win. Yeah, he rapped too though. His name's Silky Slim. He pretty dope. Now, if you trying to link up with somebody, I think that might be somebody to link up with. He dope, man. He like on the you know how they got that pimp hop, but he up there. Like he might be one of the top 5 pimp hop rappers right now. Like he tight.
Well, San Diego was a big part of my motivation in the game, and I moved from the East Coast all the way over there, and I had never been to San Diego before that, and they embraced me. Like everyone embraced me. Like I was just a new guy from the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get shit off. Like Pooh Deezy, Mischief, the Track Wide, all them. Like a lot of artists fucked with me. A couple, the promoters fucked with me. Like they just believed in me. You know what I'm saying? Like I was making tracks out. When it's like the homie is trying, and like when he does something, he always follows through. It may not be everything, but he's trying and he finishes his shit. You know what I'm saying? It was like that. And I did a couple shows in South by putting on Young Licks. I worked with Young Licks. He moved down here. Damn. There was a lot of artists. Savi, I worked with, the Selection stuff was up there pretty heavy before it blew up. I was rocking with Abjo, Andre Power, like what they all embraced me when I jumped into that music culture, and I got no hate from nobody. Everyone just tried to work, and
what made you move?
I moved about a little shortly after that whole thing.
That's why I moved. Like fuck
like,
it up.
nigga, like my name was attached to the shit. Like, yo, nigga, let's squab. The dude I was with didn't want to squab in the park. Chewy was with all the squabbing, like to finish the shit off. Like, I was attached to a whole bunch of shit from that party, bro. Like, it was almost time. I had to go, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not run. It got cleaned up and everything. I was cool. I could have stayed, but it just
I think you did right, especially if you ain't really from San Diego like that.
Exactly. Like I had Mischief and his homies. They was my family. You know what I'm saying? Like we are friends still to this day. And he was telling me it was getting messy on my name. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, BhramaBull, who grind fest? Like niggas in the streets was like, yo, we gonna find the grind fest nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, I'm even from it's time for me to go, nigga. Like straight up. So everything got cleaned up. Like I didn't have to watch my back or nothing. But yeah, like a year after that, 2 years after that, you know what I'm saying? I came down here because I was commuting down here anyway from San Diego. So it was almost like a transitional thing. And then when I came down here, it was just like a little bit more, but same people was fucking with me. A few more venues, more studios, a little bit more resources for me to work. And so yeah, that was about 2-3 years ago. I came down to LA.
And then what would you like to say to your fans and supporters?
Man, I appreciate y'all. I'm here with PoPolitickin. Like this is crazy. That I finally getting some recognition, and I was hidden for a long time, but now I'm outside. Just thanks and run it up and share. Like you know, and really like go back and see like I try to keep all my photos and all like my Instagram goes way far back, you know, like you can see how far I really came, you know, to get to, you know, doing interviews and really like working with these artists that are just blasting off, you know. It took a real long time because I've been clowned out of studios with whack beats, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been in beat battles where I got mopped, you know what I'm saying? And you know, but I've done my shit in beat battles too. Like I've done the beat battle shit. I went through whack beats. I've been clowned out of the studio a few times, but I stayed resilient, you know. And now it's like I can't fucking make a whack beat. You know what I'm saying?
Change the dudes, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And I just keep supporting. And it's really about the DJs. Like the DJs have really like supported me all the way to get me here. You know what I'm saying? Like they co-signed me. So I got the co-sign from major DJs, track starter DJs, different radio shows, and that really helped me. So just keep sharing, keep putting your people on. And you know, if you talk to me and reach out, I'm going to talk back. I'm not one of the. I answer every comment back. Like I'm really in this to win it, and this is just the beginning. I appreciate all the fans and the DJs.
All right, bro. I want to say thanks for coming through politicking with me.
All right, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, and send me whoever you think I should work with. I'm going to the studio tonight to send out beats, like to work for the rest of the year. So just send it to me, and I'll make sure your recommendation. I'll work with them directly.
All right, for sure. You want to give me your social media, how to contact you?
Yeah, everything's BhramaBull, and it's spelled BHRAMA. So it's not BRH, no. BHRAMABULL. That's on everything. Twitter, you know, Threads, if that's going to survive. Fucking Instagram. And BhramaBull on YouTube, and everything's right there.
Sure. You got any shout outs?
Yeah, just shout out my family and my supporters that stuck with me, you know, and hopefully I can motivate them that okay, it's hella 8 years or something. You know, I had ups and downs, but you still keep fighting on your shit, you know, like it's for and do this shit for you in the like really do it for you, you know what I'm saying? And hope people jump on the wave, you know, and try to be relentless with this shit. Big shout out to, you know, all my people that support me on my work tip, you know, like I do promotion, music videos, digital marketing. They help me to keep going, you know. So shout out to everybody that really trusts my promotion methods and my clients, you know. Shout to them because I'm running my shit up and I'm trying to promote their shit, but they trust my techniques and shout to them, shout to my family, shout to my wife, shout to my dog Barkley, shout to all the DJs, shout to the artists that fuck with me. Like for a second, I was sending out beats and niggas I couldn't even give this nigga $50 to get on the beat. You know what I'm saying? But now I guess I got to the point where artists are like, yeah, I will work with you. Because you know what I'm saying? Rome Streets, I've been sending Rome Streets beats for like 8 years, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, yo, send that to my email, kind of like, this nigga shit ain't hot enough yet. You know what I'm saying?
I remember I had an artist send me his beats for like 10 years straight. And it actually took him 10 years before I hit him up. But he had got better, but like it was real, like, dang. Like at first he wasn't that good though. I think he had just started at first when he hit me up, but he just kept doing it. Then he actually good, but he was like hella happy. He was like, yeah, I was sending you beats for a long time. I was like, yeah, it wasn't hitting though.
Yeah, exactly. And you won't tell them, but it'll be like, I just won't hit you back and I won't.
I know we try to keep the dream going. We don't want to come up and be like, oh shit, you know, you don't want to hit them with that. You just ain't gonna respond.
Yeah, you just don't respond. And I was getting that from a lot of artists for a long time. But then, like, I started promoting myself and everything, you know, the beats started getting a little cleaner, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't sound experimental and shit. They were mixed right. So then you earn that shit. And that's fire, you know what I'm saying? So big shout out to all the artists that rock with me and, like, went on the beats and rapped over them because they they ain't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to you, man. Thanks for, I didn't think you were gonna bring up the story of the strip club. And then I was letting underage niggas in there too. I was
gonna say, we about to wrap it up, but before we leave, give me 5 things you can't live without.
5 things. Like some old classic R&B kind of soul music, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the sample kind of old music. It don't gotta be vinyl, but that genre of old music, I cannot live without that. My phone, coffee, can't live without my phone, coffee, old music, and like just like getting a call from like your relatives, like sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, are you doing the music stuff, ain't you? How's it going? Like the people that just like see that shit a little bit, like you could judge the gauge, like the support of your family, like I can't live without that shit. And
The family be like, family don't care who you work with. You be like, oh, I just did a song with Drake. Drake? I get a song with Drake. Like, yeah, okay, I still can't get no props.
Like, tell me where to get it at, where I can buy it at. And I'm like, you don't even got the streaming on your phone. Like, okay, how do I get this Apple? Like, okay, then I press this button. They trying to get it everywhere. And just like old movies, I guess, old media, like bringing back like mixtape days, kind of old footage. I love like old footage. Like, I'm not really, like old stories and shit. Like, when niggas was doing the DVD years, like rapping into the shit, like bringing back vintage old stuff. Like, I like bringing back that nostalgia because that brings back like memories and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, old music, my phone, coffee, motherfucking old media, and like family.